In my opinion, I think being woken up at 2 in the morning is the absolute worst thing to happen to a person. I mean, come on! It's annoying and sleep deprivation is not good for anybody's health in any way. Anyway, that's about all I have to say on that subject, because I did not come here to write about the unhealthy effects of sleep deprivation. I'm afraid that's a topic for another night. I was woken up at 2 by the sounds of my doorbell ringing numerous times. Of course, I rubbed my eyes. Surely I wasn't being awoken at 2 in the morning, right? This was all just some weird dream, right? Unfortunately not. I got up, half asleep, bumped into a few tables, knocking a night table down on the way, and stubbing my big toe really bad too. Through my painstaking journey to the door, the doorbell kept ringing in that unsatisfactory and ear-piercing jingle. Eventually, I reached the front door and looked through the peephole, revealing 2 people in very fancy business suits. There was a young woman with curly hair, as well as an equally young man wearing sunglasses with purple hair. Reluctantly, I opened the door. "You have the wrong address," I explained, "unless you're here to talk about the Apple incident or the whole achronia issue." "We are here to talk about neither," the purple-haired man cut in. "Dr. Alicia Valerio, evolutionary biologist. That is you, correct? And your place of employment is at the Julian Page Institute. And you have recently encountered Kaya Jones in—" "That's me," I interjected, before the strange-suited man could go any further. "Alicia Valerio. And you guys are secret government agents." I stifled a yawn. "We're not," the woman spoke. "We represent a company that urgently needs your assistance." "Right. See, I work as an evolutionary biologist. I track evolution and stuff in my place at work. A while back, though, the government recruited me to investigate a weird apple, hence the aforementioned apple incident. It was very creepy and all, but I don't have the time to get into that. So let's just say I'm a very unique biologist." "So what do you want me to do?" I inquired. "Tell us what this is," the woman continued, holding up something dark and fleshy in a plastic container. I instinctively reached for the bag, but my hand was annoyingly swatted away by the purple-haired man. As he did so, the thing inside the container moved. There was some sort of worm in there. No, not a worm. It was worm-like, but it had legs with spines coming out of them, and was walking around. I started, racking my brain for the answer. It was similar to a tardigrade, but way bigger and actually visible to the naked eye. And something else. What was it? Could it be a velvet worm? No, it seems older, more primitive somehow. I'd say it's something like an Aishia. That's a Cambrian worm. Well, technically not a worm, but... "Wonderful, thanks," the man cut in. He turned to the woman, nodding, and the 2 headed back to their secret agent car. As they went, I began to shut my door. But then I threw it open. I was curious about the worm and its origins. It was so odd and ancient looking. I felt I needed to know more. "Wait!" I yelled. The 2 turned back. "Is that it?" "Actually," the woman began, smiling this odd tooth-filled grin, "there might be something you can do for us." "What?" I inquired. "We want you to kill an entire village," the woman answered. She held up a hand, and the man next to her retrieved a briefcase filled with none other than sweet, sweet money. Killing a village sounded weird, but a good sum of money, on the other hand, and a chance to find out more about that strange worm, well... "All right," I smiled. "I'm in." I found myself in the mountains not long after. Well, technically above the mountains, on a small yet agile helicopter. I looked outside, then rubbed my eyes to clear my half-asleep vision. The woman had given me some pills that knocked me out, company policy or something. What time was it? I looked at my watch, and it was now morning, and I was glad I was caught up on sleep. "And look who's awake!" Someone cheered. I turned around. The strange purple-haired man was standing there. Me? I questioned. I looked around. There was nobody else in the plane but me, the two people from earlier, and one buff-looking guy with a gun. Right, me. Indeed, the man nodded. I'm Quint, but everybody here calls me Dr. Magnus, but Quint's fine. And her? I gestured towards the woman from earlier. She's Dr. Anna Crease, Quint explained. She's in charge of the whole thing we're going to. Oh, and the buff guy in the corner is Archer. Just that, Archer. In the corner, Archer nodded. Got it, I nodded. By the way, where are we going? We're going to a place that doesn't exist, not really. It's a place that defies explanation, but we're hoping you can help us. You said I have to help you kill a village, I asked, more confused. What does that mean? We're about to arrive at the outpost soon, the woman explained. We'll show you everything there. I nodded and braced as the plane quickly declined. I looked out of the window to see a field where the plane could run and stop. Past it was a small tower, as well as several tents and what looked to be mobile labs. But what was strange was the odd yellow and black wall past the cluster of tents and labs, as well as the fact that it said "Site under quarantine" in big white letters. We touched down, and very soon I found myself escorted by Dr. Crease and Quint, walking until we found the cluster of tents and labs. I looked around, realising that we were in some sort of valley, and that the quarantine walls extended in a circle past us, surrounding whatever plague or evil was just beyond our reach. Soon enough, I found myself sitting with Dr. Crease, staring directly at a computer screen. The screen displayed what looked like some sort of medieval village. The place was brimming with life, people going on their routine, walking, talking, doing their chores, sending their children to school. You know the drill. Yet the people seemed odd. They moved with purpose, yet they were oddly lifeless or even robotic. I looked at the houses and the church in the corner of the screen. At first glance, all the buildings seemed pretty normal, but as I began to look deeper, I realised that something about them was off. They didn't look like the wood and stone they seemed to be made of, rather something softer, like wool or jelly. What's that place? I questioned. It looks like a village, but that's what's beyond the quarantine walls, Crease explained, pointing at the walls. And I'm supposed to help you kill it. Yes, she stated. It's no ordinary village, and the people are, let's just say, different. I'm going to need more information. Very well. She turned to Quint and gestured for him to bring a file. The man did so, handing it over to Crease, who then handed the beige folder over to me. I looked inside, seeing the words Incident 1 typed as a header. Read this. I carefully removed the small bundle of paper from inside the folder. There were a few paragraphs of legal nonsense about classification and stuff, so I ignored it, heading for the second page. Here, there was a picture of a small hut, one that I'd seen in the live camera footage of the village, or whatever it was. In front of the hut was a well, and I remembered seeing the well in the centre of the village. Anyway, the file was a transcript, and a paragraph explained it as a conversation between 3 search and rescue volunteers. Regarding Mayflower Valley, Incident 1, 12th of June 22. Transcript between search and rescue volunteers on Creasing Mountain, a conversation between 3 search and rescue workers, the aforementioned workers being a pair actively searching on the mountain, Marcus Roth and Jennifer Jen Freeman, and a team coordinator, David Gold, coordinating search efforts for a hiker reported missing and last seen on the aforementioned mountain, Mount Creasing. Marcus Roth, there's a house here. No, it's some sort of hut. Jennifer Freeman, there's someone inside. I can see shadows. Is that the missing hiker? David Gold, you guys are searching Mayflower Valley, correct? Marcus, Yeah, so? Is the hut a rest stop? It looks kinda like some sort of historical remnant or something. David. There isn't any historical remnant down here. No rest stops either. It's not a hard trail. Jennifer. Then, what are we seeing here? Did the guy make it himself? Marcus. Alright, I'm gonna go knock on the door. David. Noted. I'm gonna check the maps again. Maybe I missed something. I'll be back in a sec. Crunching of leaves. Then a shout. Jennifer. Marcus! You good? Marcus. What the hell? I'm stuck. Jennifer. Very funny, Mark. You're clearly standing on solid ground. Let's go get that. Marcus. Don't come any closer. I'm serious. Jennifer. Sheesh, you don't have to scream. Pause. Hey, the door's opening. Wet footsteps. Marcus. The hell? I'm sinking. Jen, I'm sinking. Jennifer. Very funny. What the hell? You're sinking. Marcus. Grunt. There's something down there. It's like biting my foot. Get me out of here. More wet noises, presumably of the missing hiker approaching. Jennifer. I can't. The ground is pulling you in. Hey you, hiker, help. Marcus screams. What the hell? The hiker. His face. It's opening. Jennifer. I can't get you out. The hiker's coming towards you. God, its face. What the hell is that thing? Sounds of leaves crunching. Marcus. Jen, don't leave me. Don't. At this point, screaming is heard from Marcus Roth's radio, then accompanied by flesh being torn and something snapping. David. Hey, I'm back, guys. Looks like there isn't supposed to be anything up there except some old well. Jennifer. Oh my god, David! It killed him! The hiker killed him! David. What are you talking about? This is some weird prank like last time, right? Jennifer. I'm serious! Oh my god! He's being sucked into the ground! There's these worms everywhere! Shit, it's coming towards... At this point, the radio abruptly cuts off. David. Jen, are you okay? Jen. A pause. Jen, I'm sending a pair up there. This concludes Incident 1. The remains of Marcus Roth have not been recovered as of the 17th of June 22. Jennifer Freeman has not been sighted and is therefore assumed deceased. No bodies of a second pair were recovered and are also presumed dead. Around 12 hours since the incident, Paracel Industries has decided to lend its services regarding containment. Additionally, something of importance to be noted is that 4 other houses have appeared to have grown shortly after the incident. Land surrounding the site appears to suck objects inside it. End of file. I don't get it, I commented, turning my eyes away from the file and back to Dr. Crease. Are you saying the ground here is eating people, and that it's growing houses? When you put it that way, it sounds absurd, Crease laughed, nodding. But yes, it's not the ground though. Countless people walk the Valley Trail, and it's the first time anything like this has happened. A theory we have, Quint said, entering the conversation, is that it's the well. The affected area is a perfect circle, with a well smack in the corner, and unlike the hut or the houses, the well has been there. It's a historical structure, and the area it's in is closed to the public, so nobody actually goes there except rangers to check it out. So, it's the well then? I asked, more puzzled than when it all began. The well is eating people whole, growing a village. Again, we're not sure, Quint reiterated. But then, what do you need me for? I asked. I'm not the military. I study fossils and animals and determine how it all came to be. We found bones in the surrounding area, Crease informed. Bones that look like prehistoric creatures or whatever. But apparently, I'm told they're in a rock layer, way too young for the animal. Right, I nodded. This I could do. Hopefully. But one thing's for sure, Quint began, a scared look on his face. We need to stop it before the village breaks containment. Again.